this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Tonight I'm going to be showing you how I painted this floral sample. And I'm going to, but this one just painted on a piece of watercolor paper. But I'm going to paint the design on this black cardstock. The paint that I will be using is Real Brown, which is a multi-surface by Folk Art. Then I'm going to be using Aqua, which is from Folk Art Enamels. Thicket, which is also from Folk Art Enamels. Sunflower, which is Folk Art Enamels. Wicker White, Folk Art Enamel. And Citrus Green, also Folk Art Enamel. I think I got it all. I put out some of the citrus green. I forgot to do my greens for my leaves. So we'll go ahead and get started here in just a second. Get the leaf colors out. Sorry about that. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure that you hit the bell next to it so you get notifications whenever I set up a new video or upload a new video. Going back to the items that I will be using, I'll be using a number 12, a round brush by Royal Aqua. I just got some new brushes in, Folk Art, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, it's not Folk Art, it's One Stroke brush, it's a number 12, it's a flat brush, and also a number 10. And then I just got a couple new scruffy brushes, and this is a 1/4 inch scruffy brush, along with my fine liner, which is a Westonian fine line nail brush. Alright, so let's get started. Basically this is an easy. I think I might turn it, go in this direction since that's how I painted my sample. But anyhow, it's just an easy flower to paint. It's basically doing strokes like this to get the petals. So I'm basically, for each petal of the flower, I'm making 2 strokes and then just turning the paper. At this point I'm starting off with just using one color, and that's the Aqua. So there's no one stroke, it's just painting the base paint for the flower leaves. Now I will be putting in another color, but for right now I'm just doing the one. And I do just keep turning my paper as I go. Whatever you're painting on, if you're painting on something that can be moved, then that's what you would do. As far as the amount of leaves, and I think I just got some white in here. Sorry about that. The amount of leaves, I mean, it can be really whatever. This is a made-up flower. It's not a specific flower, so it's fine to do. You know, if you want to do 5 leaves, 6 leaves, 7 leaves, it doesn't really matter. Just do your circle and put it around. Have a pointier type, or like on this one, I'm going to go ahead and throw another petal in here. And it doesn't just have to have like a single tip, you know, you can have a couple little spiky parts like this one does, or just leave it at the one. It's fine, however you want to do it. Alright, so I'm basically just kind of turning the round brush sideways like that and making the two parts of the petal. And this is all for one petal. It's not making 2 different petals. It's the strokes to actually make a full petal. And I got the white again, dagnabbit. Not sure why I keep doing that, but I think it's really close to my Aqua. But that's fine. I'm going to be adding in some some white anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. My flowers will be overlapping. That's what you're seeing here. Like I said, I can turn it either way. Just remember, whatever direction I start, because I am a lefty, you might need to start the opposite direction. So make your flower design in whatever direction is comfortable for you. Can't stress that enough. You don't have to go the direction I'm going, but go to the direction that's most comfortable for you. And again, as far as the amount of flower petals, that's going to be up to you, however you want them to look, or if you're going by however many you can fit in at the time, you know, that's fine too. You know, if it takes the 5, 6, 7 strokes around, that's fine. I am going to be making 5 flowers, so keep that in mind too, that anybody that watches my videos knows I like odd numbers, so I will be painting in odd numbers. So again, this is just a basic, I'm going around and painting this leaf shape. And I will be overlapping, as you're seeing here. Excuse me. Get a tickle in my throat. Again, if you're new to my channel, just so that you're aware, the purpose of my channel is to give you design ideas for beginner painters. And I really like to try to help people who want to be creative, give them ideas of different designs that you can create. It's not meant to be for really advanced painters. I mean, if you want ideas for designs, you know, feel free to come along for that purpose. If you are a more experienced painter and you paint one of my designs, I would love to see what you've created, just for the purpose of sharing. I'd love to hear from you. Now, just keep coming along with me here if you would. I'd appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just trying to make it as easy as I can for people to be creative and not be intimidated, you know, for the most part. It gives me a chance to catch up. I used to paint a lot, and I got away from that. I miss it tremendously. So this is a way too for me to kind of brush up on my skills, come up with some new ideas, because you get kind of tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I like to be learning, like I'm trying to learn watercolor, which I love. Not sure that I'm the greatest at it, but I like it. It's fun to do. Something I would recommend if you ever get to a point in life where you are bored with, you know, doing acrylics or oils, whatever it is you're into, that you give it a try, because it's pretty rewarding. Definitely so. Now my designs that I'm painting here, I'm just randomly doing them. And you can kind of think of this as a bouquet possibly. But I think it's fun. Definitely fun. Fun to do. Let me know what you think. Do you like my designs? Is there something you'd like me to do? I know somebody wants me to do a wine glass with the dots, the mandala dots, which I'm going to be doing. I just gotta Got some new paint today and some new tools. Give that a try. Right now I'm trying to master getting a good dot. And so that's what I've been doing, but I will be doing a video like that. I kind of have some things in mind. I think when you're starting something new, maybe doing something like a smaller little project before you get started, doing something more complicated just to get, you know, a little taste of it before you move on to something, you know, more difficult is the key. So that's what I'm basically how I'm going to go about it. Okay, so basically when adding some color into these, I'm just going to go around. With having the new brush, it definitely makes a difference. And then just add some white in here. I think yesterday when I was doing, I forgot what brush I was doing it with. Definitely wasn't going on as dramatic as this. But you can just take your brush. Again, with this brush, I'm just doing a single color, no double loading, and using the top part of the brush. I'm trying to, you know, use it just to kind of bring some white up into the flower for right now. Might go over this a little bit. Again, trying to keep it simple so that it's not too much blending for a newbie to do. It's something that anybody can do and get a decent look from it. And it's okay to leave a gap. You don't have to have your petals touching each other all the way around. Like this gap right here is fine. I'm going to try to do my centers with my new scruffy brush. I'm so excited. Hopefully it works out better than my old ones. So as many of you know, I've been saying for a long time, I'm going to get some new ones, I'm going to get some new ones, but guess what? Kind of takes me some time to get those new ones. Alright, and right in here I'm kind of watching because I did have a petal that crossed over, so I don't want to be bring it too much into that next petal. Just kind of leave around it. And same with this over here, because I have a petal that's kind of crossing over to the other flower. Just fine. Once again, it is not a problem. I got it the same deal right here. Right in here. Sometimes it's kind of hard though when you're doing these to like, okay, now does this one go with this flower or does it go with that one? It actually goes with this one. So I am going to pull the white up in here and then do this last one here. I want to make sure I'm on the camera. Again, just standing it up on the bristle. Just quickly kind of pulling it. And you'll see, because I'll be adding more of the blue back in, the aqua, which is kind of greenish blue, right? Alright, so I'm going to come back here, and then I'm going to start adding, and I could bring my round brush back over here. I think I'm just going to use the flat brush for the purpose of doing this part. I'm sure you can still see me here. And what I'm doing is just bringing this, just kind of doing little marks. It's really not a lot of blending per se. I'm just kind of pulling these down into the white. Oops. I'm going to get myself mixed up here. Do the same thing here. Gotta watch that petal there though, because that is part of the next flower. And I could even go like that, kind of so I can see it better. And do the same thing here, because it's got the petal overlapping right in here. then again, I've got to be careful here because I've got another one overlapping here. So I want to bring it up. Just make sure I'm not hitting these other petals. You see what I'm saying here? I'm just quickly doing it. And I could pull it up like that too. I can go either direction really. A little bit. Am I on the camera? Okay. I know I always get so involved in what I'm doing that I always forget. Okay. Now this one I have to watch because I do have a petal overlapping it right here, right in there. So I have to be careful with it. Go like that. I guess I can go either way really. Yeah, just doing it very quickly. Yeah, and if you wanted to do more like one at a time so that the paint is wetter when you're doing this because it dries really quickly. Yeah, you could do that too. I wanted to dip in the white. I'm not sure why, but I do. I told you I'm into the white, not sure why. But I mean, you can do that too if you want, is add some more white onto it. See how pretty those are though? I mean, just something very simple. Just very simple. You know, I know, and I'm sure when people do spend hours doing the blending and all that, you know, it probably is a lot nicer, but I find that not everybody can do that. For one thing, not everybody can handle spending that kind of time on it, and not everybody gets it. So when you come up with an easy way just to kind of share it, I mean, that's what helps. It helps allow others to be creative along with you, maybe not to your skill level, but it gives them a chance to maybe get to your skill levels at some point because they have the confidence to do so. I hope that makes sense. I mean, I just know that there's some people that I watch paint and I think, oh my God, I just don't even comprehend how they know to do that. I don't understand it. And then with this, it's just kind of a simple, just pull it in and you got it. You know, you got a flower that has two different different colors. It's very simple to do. It's not difficult. Okay, now what you can do if you want is go back in and then just maybe blend in some more of the white again. You know, not too much of it, just kind of give it more of a little blend again. You know, just some light pulling up of the color up into the flower. It's fine. However you want to do it. Some can be more dramatic than others. It's okay. Definitely okay. Okay, you still with me, I hope. As I say, if you're liking this so far, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments if there's anything you'd like me to paint in the future. Like I said, I haven't forgotten my one request for the dots. I just got to perfect it myself before I show it to you all. Alright, so I'm going to stop with it at this. I think it looks fine. Let's see, my next thing is going to be tapping in the centers. I was trying to keep some of these smaller, but it looks like they've gotten kind of big on some of them, so we'll see how it works. For the purpose of this video, I think I went into the wrong color. I'm going to be doing the sunflower with the real brown. I have a little bit of white, so I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. Alright, let's go for it. Again, keep in mind this is my first time doing this with my new scruffy brushes. So I want to see how they work out. A little bit more paint on them. Okay. I think so far so good. Okay, let's move on to this one. And I don't necessarily want them to all be going the same direction. Alright, some of them are bigger than others because some of the holes are bigger, the openings for the flowers are bigger. But I'm just tapping. And I kind of learned this from watching videos because I always tapped really hard when I was doing these. And then I saw somebody else using a scruffy brush and totally using it differently than what I had learned how to do. So, you know, I'm trying to learn different ways. Like I said, that's important to me, to, you know, learn things differently. Always learning, there's always room. Always room. Kind of remind me of angel halos. I know that may sound a little weird, but it's kind of what they remind me of. Sorry. Now this one I'm going to have to touch out, reach out and touch someone a little further out because this petal is so far out. Like I said, and that's something you might want to watch. You know, if you're going to do this, is make sure your petals are touching more than what mine do. Get that on here. I'm going to bring it down like that a little bit more. Alright, we're going to stop with that. And then what I'm going to do is just add some of the color, the Aqua, and just tap it inside here. I think that's cute. Kind of gives it a little bit more color. Not so blah. And I'm just taking the fine liner nail brush and tapping them in. You tap, 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 tap. I think these flowers are so pretty. I hope you like them. Please let me know down in the comments if you like these flowers. If you think it looks like an easy project for you to do. I'd love to know, because that's definitely my intent. Definitely. I'm just going to rinse that brush out really quickly, because I probably will go ahead and put some, and this is the part I really like, is putting some around, just around the flower, just wispy and light, and it kind of goes in with the colors of the flower that we've already done. And as I've mentioned before, I love these brushes, or this brush, I shouldn't say these brushes because it's just the one. Love, love, love it. And turn like this. Turn it like that. Again, I'm trying to keep you on my monitor. Sorry if I'm not. Yeah, I've never been able to do this really very well in the past with any of the brushes that I've had. And you just kind of intermix them, or not intermix them, but make them go in different directions. And you just go like that. Just pull it out nicely. And it kind of says, hey, here I am. Very pretty. Alright, and keep going with this. And then my last part is going to be to add in all my greens to this painting. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever used one of these brushes and if you like it as much as I do. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. So much fun. And such a pretty flower too, I think. Such a pretty flower. I mean, look at that. Just so easy. Before I would have never been able to get hardly any of these thinner lines. I still get some thicker ones, but not as many as I used to, that's for sure. And look at that. Just makes the center stand out so much more, doesn't it? Alright, done with that. Next thing I'm going to do is go to my number 12 flat brush, and then I'm going to be using the Thicket and the citrus green. Now on this I will be doing more than one stroke kind of look, and also with loading your brush. I'm not a typical person as far as how I load my brushes, so you may be thinking, oh, that's really not loaded right. It's a matter of preference. It really is. And doing the different leaves I'm going to be doing on this project, you can move them around, meaning that you can say that one in particular has the green on the outside, the dark green, because it's all green, but the dark green. So this one, I'm going to make it with the light green on the outside. Perfectly fine. It gives it some interest to kind of rotate it a little bit instead of having it all the same in the same direction. Okay, now on this one, I'm going to go like this and use the outside as the darker green. And then I'm going to come back here using the lighter green as the outside color. And look at the combination there. It's so pretty. This one I might be a little careful when I'm pulling a stem down through it because I kind of like the contrast there between the dark and the light. And that might interfere a little bit with it. Alright, so let's do another one here. This one is going to be all green, dark green on the outside. And again, you can do a variety of leaves. You don't have to do just all one style. You can mix it up. You know, some leaves can be, like say I'm going to go in here and do this kind of a leaf and this kind of a leaf. I'm doing it through the flower, on top of the flower, on top of a leaf. That's fine. On this one here, there's another kind of a leaf, but I think I'm just going to do this, do it like this, and do another one that has the lighter green on the outside, and I'm wiggling it and pulling it down. Very easy. Very easy. But then, as I was going to say, there's some where you can go like this, and then maybe go like that. It's kind of a double leaf, but it makes a new type of a leaf. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then I'm going to bring it down like this. Whoop. There you go. So pretty. So pretty. What's your favorite type of leaf to paint? There's so many varieties. It's just so much fun. So many varieties of leaves. Some pretty basic ones. More difficult ones to do. I want to get some in the middle here. And the reason being I just want to have some color to the contrast in the center. I think that says a lot. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and do a light green on the outside. And I really, for some reason, think that these really show up for some reason. I mean, I guess it's because of the lightness on the outside, but I never really realized that until recently, just how much, you know, they truly do show up. And just how fun they are to paint. And like I said, it's okay to overlap. Not a problem, because you know, like I always say, in real life, it isn't going to be a leaf here, you know, that they're all going to be separate. They're going to be all over the place, on top of each other, beside each other. It's just going to be random. And just pick it up and pull it. Alright. Keep this madness going. And pulling, and I'm going to do this one here. Pull it from here. Another one just like it. And basically it's just like I'm pulling two leaves beside each other, but they're different. Alright, then for the purpose of just adding something else into the mix, I'm going to do this. Maybe do another one over this way. And I'm going to keep them single. They're not going to be, you know, splitting off like I might do if I'm doing like a tree or a branch or something. Just a single vine. And on this I might do, I'm going to do, for over here I might just do it like that. And I want it to show up a little bit. It's nothing bad about doing stuff on black cardstock. Sometimes it doesn't show up real well. Now I think I'm going to switch back to a little bit smaller brush to the 10. Excuse me while I rinse it out for this next part. Okay, this is a number 10. And the reason being is I'm going to switch it out is because it is a smaller leaf that I want to produce. So I really, you know, I could do it with the bigger one, but I think I just want to do it with this. Try it something smaller. So I'm basically just pulling these in. Hopefully you saw that, I'm sorry. So now I'm getting to the point where I'm not used to having a big piece of paper. So you can pull it like that, just do a little quick leaves like that. And even like, you know, if you want to come out of the realm a little bit with them, you can. They don't all have to be really hooked up to the vine itself that you're painting off of. But it's just quick pulls and just randomly all over. Get some more paint. And if you want to make them bigger, have some big, have some little, kind of intermix, that's fine. You could even do a different color for this part if you want to make it more like a flower. Maybe throw in some yellow. That would be fun. However you want to do it. This is just more like a filler flower, just to give some more interest to the project. Now the requirement, if you like just having what's attached to the stem, that's perfectly fine. If you want them big, small, rotate it, that's great. You could even throw in white. White would, when you do this, shows up really nicely. This one was a 2-brancher. And let's just kind of throw some sporadically out here. Make it look a little fuller. And there you have it. Just a nice little project. Very pretty, I think. I love it. Easy to paint, quick, easy, and there you go. Paint your own home decor. What a nice touch that would be. What a conversation piece you would have. Alright, so that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed my video. Again, if you did, give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you like my video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you get notifications whenever I post something new. I appreciate you stopping by and have a good evening. Until the next video, I will talk to you then.